Recording in progress.
Good evening, Stephen Hawking. We are recording.
Hello, everybody. We're going
cocker.
back to London.
It's London, England.
We're doing a review in London.
London!
This is how we are talking. London.
It's a shame we're from the Midlands, though.
Yeah, we ruined it.
What a rip. Hit that intro music.
We ain't got them.
Woo!
There's a difference now. We actually do an introduction before some intro music.
Right, okay. Yeah, shoot.
Just say.
Shoot.
Hello.
Hey. So, let's get in the DeLorean. Let's go back to 1992. I'm Rob Campbell.
I am your bastard, Craig Challoner.
And if an orphan takes a selfie, is that not a family portrait? Daniel Cornfield.
Posing all of the important questions.
It's deep thoughts from the deep. I'm deep into that shit right now. I'm enjoying them, making me think about stuff.
Some quality thoughts right there.
Yeah, you should probably keep that for shooting the breeze instead of talking like you're at the pub.
I've in the town since 88, baby.
Oh, 100%. We are here for the World Wrestling Federation's presentation of Summerslam at 1992. That was a day after your birthday, Daniel. Oh no! All right, I'll look in a minute. I'll get these stats out of the way. 29th of August 1992, Wembley Arena in London. Disputed numbers. It's as simple as that. Vince tells us there was 80,355. The internet tells us it was closer to a 79,127 sort of sellout. Buy rate wise, 280k versus the previous year they were down 125k, so 405k for SummerSlam 1991, where we saw the match made in heaven, where Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man remarried. Perfect versus Bret for the IC title in Madison Square Garden. And you got to remember, Hogan's left now, so everything starts to change in the old wrestling world, doesn't it?
It does, and it starts changing for the better, I believe.
Yeah. We're at the Hogan period now. I mean, it's going to dip a bit and then it's going to pick back up, but, you know, we're hopeful for the future.
By the beard of Zeus!
I've got to ask this question, though, quickly.
Okay.
How have you made my beard look longer?
Do you like it?
I fucking love it.
I decided I wanted to trim down, but yet extend the beard, so I did.
Oh, okay, because I'm going to say, it's got some length, but it has not got that length. That's some mighty length.
Oh,
That's what she said.
I can see you with a bulldog's hair, though. That's good, Daddy.
I think this is something for shooting the breeze, but I've got an idea. I've got an idea for what you should do with your hair, Craig.
No, at the moment, he's currently plaited. So
yeah,
you know.
That's exactly. Oh, that's even better. That's actually what I was going to suggest.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Bless you, Marie. Also, fucking hell, bless you again, man.
Yeah, there's usually 3 sneezes, to be fair. So be prepared.
Are we playing is this the news section called Spouses on Wrestling, where we ask her the all-important question?
Spouses do sneezing.
Normally what follows a sneeze is obviously, well, you know. Yeah. So fucking iCrow Pro, man.
On your own.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking iCrow Pro.
Mate, it was quality. I love that.
I've
love
got
seeing
an
that
ordered
pop
some,
up.
I have. I've got an ordered some.
Broad shares.
Yeah.
It's making a comeback. I swear.
It's definitely happening.
I've put all my money into the stock market of iCrow Pro.
Also,
me too. Well, I got no money, so it's all right.
If you're interested, I'm selling stocks in the XFL as well.
Nice, yeah, I am interested in that too.
All right, we'll talk later. Then. We'll talk later.
Thanks, beautiful. Sign me up. There's loads of British gimmicks, including in front of the Wembley Twin Towers. There was loads of interviews. They got knocked down to. Pause for effect.
And for
Well, we've got it because
difficulties.
technical difficulties. Like all we heard from you was they got knocked down.
Oh, they did. Yeah, the world. You know,
That's all we heard is that they got knocked down.
Oh, okay.
The Wembley Twin Towers. They got knocked down too.
Okay.
What year
like
did they get knocked down?
A helicopter.
Oh, was it a bit lower scaled?
Yeah.
Predator.
Yeah.
Predator.
What, the new one? Or is it one of the older
That's
ones?
a shooting breeze moment that I ruined.
Jesse
They all-
Ventura.
He's posing on top and brought them both down.
King Kong Bundy.
Fucking sexual Tyrannosaurus over there.
I like fingering T-Rexes. British Bulldog's going to win whether he wants to or not. Sound our kid. Good punditry that was. Good punditry.
Honestly.
Yeah. There, mate. There's nothing wrong with that.
In fairness, I'd have preferred him on the show tonight.
Yeah. Some would say that was a young Jamie Redknapp.
Is that confirmed or we just
Look at me when I'm talking to you. Oh, fuck you, Jamie Redknapp. So all the royal trumpet gimmicks as some of the sights that London have to offer, which is, it's a pretty beautiful city. I've been there a couple of times in recent memory, and I like it down there. I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm not saying it's as good as Manchester, but I like London. London was all right. Except that fucking round at the Travel Lodge that once where he tried to charge me like
this is
40 quid for two double whiskey and cokes. No, I ain't having it. It's London. Fuck yeah. He said shooting the breeze. This is just a comment on London, all right?
This is shoot.
This is just a shoot. Fuck the World Trade Centre.
Okay. Fuck those McCanns.
Yeah.
Check us out on the McCannsDidit.com where we expose the truth.
Yeah.
Special guest Jesse Ventura pops in every so often.
Yeah. Got Alex Jones coming in on the show next week as well.
Tonight,
talk about the gay frogs.
I'm going to expose the gay frogs.
It's going to be a strong episode, people.
Vince McMahon tells us that over 80k are in attendance. He welcomes us to SummerSlam alongside Bobby the Brain Heenan. Sir Bobby of all of the gimmicks. That's what he's doing tonight. And then hit that DiBiase music because here comes Money Incorporated for the opening match of the night. Before we get into the opening match of the night, first of all, I had something in my head that I've definitely just forgot all about. And also, I haven't been to Amsterdam yet, just to let you all know. But there was 2 dark matches that took place before the show. We saw Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, and the Bushwhackers. They defeated the Mountie and the Nasty Boys after 12 minutes 33. And we also saw Papa Shango defeat Tito Santana after 6 minutes. Now, I personally remember that the 6-man tag team match opened this show. Like, if you went and brought the VHS...
If you brought the Silver Vision.
This is what I'm saying. If you brought the Silver Vision, you would have watched that, though, both of those matches, to be quite honest.
Yeah. That 6-man, definitely. That's one of them things that I remember being the opener.
Yeah.
Not LOD.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit weird to me, but yeah.
Not
maybe
sure.
they figured, you know what, this goes on long enough. Let's carry on.
I think Peacock. I think Peacock's been diddling about with the order a bit.
Peacock have been diddling about massively. They also took out a third match later on in the night, apparently. So pre-main event, there is another match which I'll mention later because I'm not scrolling down on my notes. Fuck that shit. But yeah, so match 1 is Money Incorporated. That's Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and IRS Erwin R. Shyster. There with Jimmy Hart taking on the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal. There with Paul Ellering and Houdon.
Fucking Rocco.
Fucking Rocco. Absolutely. Weren't a bonus round question for you on shooting the breeze.
I actually
But yeah.
found out something today as well.
Oh.
Just about that. So if you watch the previous episode, shooting the breeze, about the when Rain Man was tested, Craig asked the question, name the members. For a short time, I found out there was an extra member when they did 6 months. That was an official member.
Oh no.
I'll mention him later.
Build us up, set us up, and that.
What's that all
Yeah.
about?
I'll let you know later.
The
when
thing
it happens.
is, when you do this, and don't take this the wrong way at all,
It will
but
be disappointing.
also take this the wrong way. When you say, I'll tell you later, what normally happens is you forget to tell us later.
I will not forget.
Okay. You promise?
100%.
All right.
I hope not, because we're going to forget that you was going to tell us.
I've forgotten
what the fuck are you
already.
on about?
He's just going to throw a
already
name
forgot-
out later, isn't he? Oh, on about names, before we get any further, this is a fan-requested show.
It is.
I should give a shout out
Yes.
to said fan. So the fan for this one was one Warren the Joker Page.
What
But
a guy.
unfortunately, he's not as good as the Batman Joker. He's just a piss-take Joker. But, we'll take it. So, Mr. Page, thank you very much for this one. You can
Thank
carry
you.
on now.
What a time to be alive. I'd like to know why you picked this one. Joey Morella's the referee. But we talked about this entrance previously, but I fucking popped, man. It was so good when the LOD come out on those motorbikes. It's a big opening match with the way that it's been edited. Obviously, now that we remember the 6-man tag as we mentioned, but this now being the new edit as such, this is a big tag team match to open the show. It's huge.
I mean, you get that warrior pop.
Yeah,
in your
absolutely.
opening match. Come on.
There you go. You're not getting USA. You're getting the Warriors, aren't you?
Tango. So you've none of that.
I thought the match was really good. I liked it. The cut off on Hawk, that was class. The fucking hot tag from Animal was just brilliant. The tackle and the drop kick was second to none, really. Clearly, DiBiase or IRS, it didn't work for them, brother. They weren't taking the Doomsday device, but it was a nice power slam. And that was the finish after 15 minutes and 10 seconds. The LOD went over strong. I liked it. 2.5 stars.
Yeah, this is one of them that we all know the story. So everyone out there knows the story. Hulk got fucked, so things had to change. But the way this is edited together, if you didn't know that story, you for the first time ever in an LOD career go, oh man, I feel sorry for Hulk, man. He's getting fucked up. He's actually getting beat down, and it looked good. Apart from when he dove at IRS, completely missed and just went flying out the ring. That was fucking hilarious. That was. Love that. IRS sold it like it was meant to happen. When Hulk just lay on the floor like, what just happened? I'm sure I was in the ring just. But it was good, man. Like you said, that Doomsday device, the way that they changed that over so that they didn't have to take the Doomsday device was brilliant. Hawk again looked very surprised, so no one clued him in that the finish was going. But it was good, man. I enjoyed this. I'll give it the same 2.5 stars.
To say what was going on in real life with everything, it actually was really good. Like again, we're going to talk about the matrix of IRS, but fuck me, like that you couldn't have timed that any better. And then later in the show, someone tries it and it's like, we've already seen it. Which I think that was a problem I've got with this show. There's a lot of spots I've already seen once. So, no one's talking backstage, brother. No one's talking backstage. But I enjoyed this. Rocco needs to fuck off, though. For that, I'm giving it 2 stars.
Poor Rocco.
Fuck Rocco.
I thought you liked Rocco. I'm surprised at that.
You can go to the Glisten Knolls and go fuck yourself if you thought I liked Rocco.
No, it was just the fact that out of all the knowledge that you had about LOD, that was the one thing that you knew last week.
Yeah, because it burns me.
I'm really sorry that I beat you at an LOD quiz.
Yeah,
I think that's more what it is. Yeah,
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Okay, whatever. Of course you are. See you on the next round. So, 2.25 star from Dave for that one. Here comes Hotline Bling. He's in the building. with the fucking man, might I add.
Oh shit!
Yeah, well, what's going on there?
Ghosts back.
Calm down, Rocco. Fuck you now.
Holy shit.
Anyway,
Rocco and Martin having words.
Flair, he's in the building, and look at that robe.
Oh,
It's always a beautiful robe.
Similar colours
But
to what
the
he's worn
promo-
for his just last match, actually.
The promo was amazing. It was all of Mean Gene saying, I see you're in your gear, including your robe, and Flair saying, well, I always have to be ready, and not just for the ring. There's nothing else to the promo.
yeah.
There was nothing
A
else.
little
to the
bit of
promo.
cheekiness. I like a cheeky Flair promo. You could tell he was having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah. Now, the next segment was probably Daniel, I Love Virgil Cornfield's favourite spot of the night, segment of the night, even. As Sean fucking Mooney, ladies and gentlemen, is with Virgil. And the question I have is, who booked this shit?
Hey, I'll have you know, Virgil cut a promo and he spoke words.
You did speak words.
He sounded like a fucking smacked up Dusty Rhodes.
Especially with the choice of words, which we may have written down.
Oh,
good.
And those choice of words go a little something.
God damn it.
I've survived all the toughest streets all around the world, and the biggest street I'm going to survive is right out there at Wembley. For the start. Okay. But you got what you want, man. What have you got? Okay. My saying is do unto you before you do unto me. Because unlike all the good people here in London and around the world, I'm definitely too legit to quit. Let the games begin. So Virgil stands there and says that nobody else on the planet is legit. He is the only one on the planet that's tough enough to last.
And he says all this without blowing his fucking nose. I thought he was going into a fucking handicap match with that thing in his nose.
you got to give him one thing, though. I don't remember at any point him standing there going like this. So he did okay. Better than normal.
It was, you know, the camera transitions in 1992
Yeah.
in that locker room, which I absolutely love, by the way. It was when he went, pop-pow, to switch to the other camera. That's what popped me the most. Well, if you thought the promo was bad, it doesn't get any better because match 2 on the night is Nails. Yeah, Nails versus Virgil. Danny Davis is the referee. I have a phrase and a rating.
Oh, shit. You have pissed off the fucking ghost, dude.
Maybe it's the fan.
Nice.
Maybe it's the fan. We'll just continue like this for the rest of the show. 3 minutes, 55 seconds. What the fuck, man? 0 stars.
So Nails. This Nails. He was there just to beat the fuck out of somebody and brawl on it. But nothing had to look good, it just had to hurt. And it was heading in the direction of big things, which we can discuss if we wish. But as far as this match goes,
I did 0 stars, so sorry.
I've got none, but I will drink with you. My vodka.
Okay.
But yeah, this match, as much as he's a big nasty bastard and watching Virgil get hurt's always fun. 0 stars. 0 stars.
I already showed you the notes I put for this match. Nails wrestles how I fuck with lots of chokes. 0 fucking stars.
Yep.
It's a clean sweep.
It
It's
is.
a clean sweep.
This is
And
the
I
first show in a
shut-
row that I'll put a 0 in, and I'm getting pissed now.
I'm enjoying
I
it.
don't like doing these. I really hate doing the 0.
So as we're on this, do we jump into that little story that happened? Because Nails wasn't here much longer after this, was he?
No, he was not.
clearly there was a program that, him and the big boss man were going to do some work together. That was the whole point. I was hoping for a boss man save, but clearly Ray didn't get his visa cleared or
I'm
some
gonna say
shit.
the crowd were looking for him as well at the end of this.
Absolutely. That would have been a great saving
Yeah.
moment. But clearly Ray didn't make it. And Nails, obviously, when out of his way to go and speak to the boss and go, so I think I deserve more money for SummerSlam. And Vince went, nah, you don't.
Yeah.
And then
so much.
Did Nails try and kill him, like?
So he
0 stars, you're fired.
He approached Vince in the corridor.
Yeah.
Was like, we need to have a talk. As the story goes, I wasn't there. But he approached him in the corridor. We need to talk. Vince was like, okay, I've got to meet him, whatever. Nails waited for about 2 seconds, then went in anyway and sat down for his own meeting with Vince. And that's when he demanded the extra money. Said the pay wasn't good enough. He needs more. Blah, blah, blah. Vince went, nah, mate, it was shit. And to be honest, I think we're going to can this anyway. I want to go this direction. He didn't like it, and he jumped across the table and strangled Vince.
Yeah.
And then once they got pulled apart, and Nails obviously was escorted away from the building, the police then arrived a few days later at the next live show and went to arrest Vince for sexually assaulting the man.
Yeah. Vince
Brilliant.
McMahon apparently sexually assaulted the 6'9" Nails.
Well, you know, if anything to believe at the age of 77 that's coming out about him now, this could have possibly happened.
I mean, you know, and it gets better. Well, I don't know if you say better than extorting a man for sexual assault, but once he took him to court and it was all getting laughed at, he then claimed that Vince McMahon had paid somebody for his murder. Yeah,
you know,
Oh,
the WWE network should invest in, like an O.J. Simpson trial story that Netflix did. But I want to see like the neck brace gimmick where Vince was being done for steroids. I want to see the Nails trial. I want to see it all. I do. I want true crime documentaries on the WWE network about the wrestling.
Yeah.
I want
to see wrestlers caught.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
now that one, like, sign me the fuck up. I want to see that shit.
Young Rock, by the way, I know I've shouted this out somewhere before, but Young Rock is incredible. And if they could do anything like that with Vince McMahon's court cases, I'm in.
That'd be great. But I'm pretty sure the McMahon story's been canned now as well, hasn't he? Because of all this shit. So good luck getting anything else.
You know what? It's one of them. I thought when he died, it would be a case of, you know, like Jimmy Savile. Not as bad.
But it will come up.
But it will come up.
Yeah. So not quite Jimmy Savile, maybe more R. Kelly.
Yeah. Surviving Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Surviving Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Now that's got a ring to it.
As he power walks towards you with a checkbook.
With a pair of grapefruits and a checkbook. Half a star from Dave. What a cunt.
What a cunt.
Anything else on that story?
No, I think that was everything, wasn't it?
Bockham.
Yeah, fuck
Lord Alfred Hayes, bless him. Fucking hell. He's trying to get an interview with the Macho Man. That ain't working for him. So we go back to Hotline Bling with Sensational Sherry. That does work for him.
Oh, yeah.
These two love having a good saucy time, don't they, these pair?
So Hayes, every time you mention Macho Man, because he refers to him, obviously, because he's proper English spoken, it's the only way you can say it, as the Macho Man.
The Macho Man.
The Macho.
So that just kept popping every time he said, will he be in the corner of the Ultimate Warrior or the Macho Man? And I was like, I'm loving my life right now. Just loving it. Say it again to me, Hayes. The Macho Man. I was like, yes, again, Hayes.
Start choking me. Call me again. Spit on me.
And that ties perfectly, meow, into Sherry and Jean. Because let's face it, if you're going to spit on anyone and choke them, these are the ones. Like, I love fucking Sherry. We all love a bit of Sherry and a little bit of Jean. And when they're together, I swear to God, they've had way too many cocktails.
Without a doubt.
Because you know full well, Jean's trying to get a piss in hope that she'll fucking strangle and spit on him.
Oh, Sherry's.
Aye. I don't like Sherry, to be fair.
No, but I think that's the rib.
But it was a good little moment. But was she a good promo? Not she ain't Luna, is her?
Nah.
Let's be honest. She's great at ringside. That like Sherry,
Getting battered as
but
well. She's good at that.
Yeah, but the promo with Gene, I couldn't get anything out of it other than the fact there was dirty flirts and I was waiting for him to fuck.
Yeah.
And we still got that in 97 in WCW, and I love that nothing's changed.
Yeah. It's just two people who've known each other a while and love having a bit of banter with one another. Maybe there's a couple of drinks involved. Maybe something has happened in the past. We don't know.
Maybe something still does.
So Joey Morella is the referee for this next match between the model Rick Martel and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, who has Sensational Sherry in his corner. Bit of a storyline going into this one. That's what really sets this match apart for me. First of all, they're not allowed to hit each other in the face because they're both good-looking men. Secondly, Sherry's a bit torn. Rick the model Martel, he's putting the moves on her a little bit. He's giving her a wink. He's giving her a fucking hell, you've got a nice ass, bab. Let us have a bit of that in my mouth, will ya? You know, all of that sort of stuff. As you do on a typical Friday fucking night in Planet Wolverhampton. Sherry stripping Shawn down at the beginning. I love the gimmick development that you see now. Because at WrestleMania 8, you didn't really get that. He just shoved her down to the floor and he fucking all aggressive and doing his little pose and stuff, like living the dream. And now he's just like, fuck you, Rick Martel. I'm gonna make her take my shit off. And I loved it. It. He's so different to the Macho King. That's what I love the most about it. Because it's ultimately the same thing. She's falling out with him, but ultimately it's different.
Yeah. You've got to think about this as well in the Fed. If Sherry Martel's managed you, you've gone somewhere.
Yeah.
Like she's usually like a mark of excellence.
Yeah.
Like if you look at previous clients, also the Sherry version of Shawn Michaels theme music, I still prefer. Still to this day. I just think it's Shawn. I just think it's weird, like the modern version when it's like is Shawn making those noises at the beginning himself.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Rob's version then sounded like a Penta version.
If only Shawn ever wrestled in WCW, I would have done that.
Oh, Penta could have fucking. You know, I made this even better as well, other than Sherry singing, was the fact that Bobby Heenan was whistling all the way fucking through.
Oh, he loved it.
It was fucking brilliant.
Loves it. Absolutely loves it. There was a lot of full moons in this one. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the finish. I did. I enjoyed the post match antics of this one, and that really influenced my rating. I took it for a story rather than just a match on paper, and that made me rate it after 8 minutes and 6 seconds 2 stars.
Yeah, I was going to say with this, like the only build up on this that I did pick up other than what we've already spoke on was Vince going, oh boy, it looks like part of Sherry's outfit's gone missing.
Oh yes,
as you saw her assless chaps.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Vince noticed.
In fairness, the only person you didn't see the ass of in some way, shape, or form was the refs.
Yeah, that is true.
This match.
Yeah, there was a lot of ass. A lot of ass. This match, though, for me, I felt should have been amazing. This should have been an absolute standout of a match.
Yeah. Didn't give you enough time.
But it wasn't. But the story around the match was, and it kind of took away from the match, but then enhanced it at the same time. So this balanced out quite well for me in the end. By the end of it, after the antics, so I boosted back up to 2 stars after my 1.5 initial.
Solid thought process, that is.
Something I gotta give this show credit for was its packages to explain certain matches, like the leading into it, which this was like, okay, this makes sense now. It was like, oh, they can't hit each other in the face. Why? I don't know. At least we have a reason now why. I thought the heel on heel dynamic was awesome. And especially as it got on, like they're both cheating, the ref catching them every time. So the ref's gone and like, mate, I know you're going to cheat. So I gave this match 2 cheeks.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
that's
sorry,
right.
real
there was
nice.
too many arses in this. I could not make a punt, so I'll give it 2 cheeks out of 5.
That's good. That's dead good. Fucking next up, Sean Mooney's with the goddamn nasty boys.
Sorry, just laughing about what all the Moonies in the last one. They've got another Mooney.
Literally. Good segue. Half a star from Dave, though, to be fair, though,
Fuck
for
you,
sure.
Dave.
Yeah. Jimmy Hart and the Nasty Boys, they're on some fucking form of crack. I don't care what anybody says. Sweating the bollocks off, living the dream, talking about how they should be the tag team champions and that, like.
Mate, they came out full. Did you see the mascara running on her face? That dog's face! I was like, easy, lad. It's like an oil slick on the Thames. That's a bit fucking harsh, ain't knobs? Sags fucking jumps in, or whichever way around it was. The fucking dog stepped on a bee, fucking cunt. I thought the Wicked Witch of the West melted when she got wet. In the name of the Queen of England, why don't we have a title shot? Oh, was that the point you was getting to? Okay.
Yeah.
You crazy, jacked up, fucking smacked out your tree, cokeheads.
Brilliant.
Fucking hell.
They've been out with Hawk, haven't they?
I
Yeah,
think
the
few of the
fucking
boys had
mental,
gone
mate.
out.
There was a couple of lads who went out on this show. Let's put
Few of
it.
the boys had a fucking good time in London prior to this show.
Yeah. Oh,
Saying
yeah.
that now.
Fucking too, right?
Many a beer were consumed on top of everything else. But yeah, look, with all the great teams that we've already sort of mentioned so far, we get a tag team championship match between the Beverly brothers, Bo and Blake. I mean, what the fuck, man? With the Genius taking on the tag team of the Natural Disasters. They're the champions, Earthquake and Typhoon. Mike Chioda, young Michael Chioda, making a refereeing debut in London, England. I'm not saying it was his debut fully. I'm saying it was his debut in London, England. Yes, just to clarify. Okay. What a rib from the Genius straight off the bat.
Do you want it?
I'll always pop for the Genius. I'll always pop for a Genius poem.
Well, we love a bit of genius. We love a bit of genius.
Yeah.
Here we go. So from the home of the Olympic Games,
That's the voice as well.
48.
Yeah, Axel Spawn.
And the World Cup of 1966. Yes, I know the date. Now it's SummerSlam at Wembley, and the Genius holds the key. Behold the future champions, the brothers Beverly.
It was like being in the room.
Yes, but what a lot of people who have never watched SummerSlam 92 may not know is that was cut and edited to fuck. Because the Genius didn't do that in one take straight away within 30 seconds. That took him nearly 5 fucking minutes.
No.
At the live show. Because he kept saying things wrong. And he got the date wrong.
No.
That's why he added, and yes, I know the date.
No.
I genuinely can't believe that.
Vince McMahon was probably chucking coffee everywhere.
Oh, apparently he was pissing himself.
Oh, just laughing like.
From the story I read, it popped him every time. The more Poffo fucking stuttered and got something wrong, instead of Vince kicking off like he normally would. This is a story from Bobby, or told through somebody from Bobby. The more he fucked up, the more Vince laughed.
I love it.
And he got to the point where he was uncontrollable, like Vince just lost his shit completely. It was just loved it. But yeah, so that was the promo we got, but the
That's
actual
hilarious.
live in the arena promo we saw.
So they had to suffer through the match itself and the Genius's promo. The most important part in this match was what Bobby the Brain Heenan had to say. And it was an important announcement, and he had to let us know that Shawn Michaels had left Wembley Stadium. And that was the most important thing that happened in this match. Earthquake won, and they're over as fuck. 10.5 minutes.
Yeah.
1 star.
Yeah, this was mental. How over the Natural Disasters were.
Huge, man.
Like, I don't remember them being this big. Like, not that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember people loving them that much.
I'm gonna say they're naturally a heel team. They're naturally a heel team.
Yeah, that's how I always remembered them. I knew there was good guys here, like, but fucking hell, it was mental. They were over like motherfucker here. But you know, it was weird. But the match itself didn't really do a lot, did it? Big fuckers could definitely move, though, to be fair. For some big men, they knew how to move. I gave this 1 star.
One of my boys actually, Earthquake John Tenta. I fucking love him.
In your top 5.
He's not in my top 5.
Yeah, of course.
But the Quake might actually be not his only gimmick, but we'll talk later about that.
The Shark is in his top 5.
Oh, I like Shark.
Yeah.
I like a good bollocks.
No
gimmick,
one likes
mate.
Shark.
I'm that one person.
Donald's WCW for life.
Yeah.
Until it closed down, and then
No,
start going
you're
to
still
more
hoping
than
for it to come back.
Yeah, 100%.
To be fair, AEW is close.
We're getting there. Well, there's change a couple of letters. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, put it out there into the universe. But Quake, when he came in on the hot tag, fuck me, that crowd erupted. And especially when he cut off the pin with that elbow drop, it was like, fucking hell, John, you can move that fast.
When you think a year ago he was fucking Hogan's nemesis
Yeah.
for the title, like, it's mad.
Yeah. But I enjoyed this because of natural disasters. Well, tend to really. So I found 1.5 stars, and plus also genius, which now knowing what actually happened sort of made me appreciate it a little bit more. So I'm sticking to 1.5.
Fucking shocking. Hotline Bling and the Bushwhackers.
This is amazing. This is one of the best promos ever.
I'd agree.
Here we go. The Bushwhackers promo. Now wait for it. This is a long one, so bear with me.
Fucking hell.
Whoa! Yeah! Back to you at the table.
What do you think I'm wearing the hat? This is the reason I'm wearing the hat today.
It was good. It was dead good. Lord Alfred Hayes, he's back again. He's telling us all about the Warrior, and he thinks he's got perfect in the locker room. And he goes to walk in. He goes, normally, due to my ethical practices in journalism, I would knock the door. But today, I'm just going to walk the fuck in. So he tries to open the door, and obviously he gets some pushback off Pat Patterson, who's probably stood behind it or something. And then he comes back and goes, oh, how rude. And then, yeah, he probably says savage or something.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage. He's got to be around here somewhere.
I think David Attenborough went, that's who I want to place my voice on.
Yeah,
that's who I'm having. Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to be you.
A young David Attenborough takes notes.
In 92.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do love the fact that the Bobby gave out about this. It was like, yeah, but you just broke your own code. So don't be pissy about it when someone blows it back in your face. Shut the fuck up.
This is what Attenborough said about this pay-per-view. The young peacock edited the fuck out of this event, and we had to put up with shit.
Cheers for the fan request.
Yeah, the people love us.
To be fair, Warren, in all fairness, there's a couple of standout matches on this one. I've had a good time talking about some of the bullshit that we've seen. So I'd take this over WrestleMania 5 any day of the week.
Yeah.
Oh,
cheers, Witty. I'm not letting that go. That burned me.
Speaking of number 5, match 5 is the Repo Man taking on your bra Crush.
Oh, segue time again.
Nope.
Do you remember I said a little bit earlier?
Oh, here we go.
He's
remembered.
Come on, man.
It's the Repo
I'll let you take
Man.
a guess. So for a brief time, LOD was a 3-man team.
It's the Repo. Nah, is it Crush? Hold on. Wait a minute, though.
Crushy.
Hold on. Can I just say these two were Demolition at one point, right?
Yes, they were. This is
Brilliant.
This is the Mega Powers exploding. Well, farting. Sounds like one of them farty trumpets at the beginning instead of the set. Looks like you stepped on a bit.
I'm gonna say that it was Crush.
I'm with you. I think I can't. It'd be weird to see Repo in the fucking
Barry Darso doing their own face. Yeah, you're right. Crush for I think about a 4-month period on the live shows was built as an LOD member.
Fantastic.
So
it's incredible knowledge, and after 5 minutes and 41 seconds, Crush won 1 star.
fair play for finding 1 star for this. This upset me. This I was in a strange way. I was looking forward to this because everyone likes a good bra, but fucking and a repo man, what's not to like about a thief?
Exactly.
But what I think ended up fucking it for me was Crush putting on the fucking Crush gimmick, and the ref just going, "Yeah, fuck it, he's done. Ring the bell." But it ain't passed out. It ain't tapped out. It ain't anything. He just sat there and he went, "Yeah, I could get on with him. Yeah, ring the bell."
Danny Davies thought it was WrestleMania 3 and he was meant to be a heel ref again.
Mate, it was fucking weird. I don't mind a little oddness now and again, but that was just a bit much for me. So 1/2 star.
I'm gonna say 1/2 star for me as well. I think this match was, again, Crush was over. That crowd, there was a decent pop for it. But what the fuck happened to Barry Darso? He's gone from Demolition, where he was seen
Come off the roids for one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What a difference a couple of injections don't make. And then just to go to this, it's like he was literally a shell of a man. It's like you've gone from one of the most respected teams in the Fed at the time to a comedy jobber.
Yeah.
Was he straight into the repo after the sex dungeon?
It's pretty.
I don't recall anything else in between.
I couldn't think of anything, but
I think Demolition with Crush and Smash break up, and then a couple of months later. So it's not a long turnaround for either of them, really.
Okay.
But yeah, I found 1/2 star.
1/4 star from Dave. We're back to Hotline Bling. He's talking us through one of the main events. He calls it the main event. I'm not calling it that because it wasn't on last. So one of the main events of the card, and shows us how it all came about and all the story behind the Ric Flair Mr. Perfect situation going into this match and what we can probably expect. Anyone want to talk about the story?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Go on, then. Come on, then. Let's hear you.
Okay, so basically the entire story of this was, as soon as his match was announced for the title, Flair felt slighted. So then it was a case of some had sold out, but they'd always played him and Mr. Perfect, Flair and Perfect. They kept it really close to the chest too. And every promo we heard all night was, "So, who sold out to Mr. Perfect? Do you think it was so-and-so?" Even if it had nothing to do with the gimmick whatsoever.
Was it like the Macho Man, Randy Savage?
Savage. Was it Savage?
I love Savage.
Savage.
Just saying, famous aftershave. I absolutely love that aftershave.
Hot tag reviews, Savage. Good man.
10% off the salt version.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny Depp.
We're getting, what was a merch alert? We're doing fragrances now. Savage for the macho of men.
Can we just pose a question before we go into this, right? What if Vince McMahon had the bollocks to put on a triple threat match in 1992 and included Ric Flair within this?
I would love to have seen it.
It would have been interesting to see. I don't know. Worry you working a triple threat.
Yeah.
To me, he's just a great way for him to go, "I'll take a powder."
Yeah.
And just sit on the desk and drink biscuits. Yeah, fuck. drink biscuits
and dunk tea.
Yeah.
That vodka's really getting to you,
mate. It's a bit harsh.
So match 6 then is for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. It is the challenger at the Ultimate Warrior taking on the Macho Man Randy Savage, who is the champion. Earl Hebner is the referee, and as always, with the Macho Man on a show, that can only mean one thing. It's time to revisit the world famous Beer Man album.
Growing, and more seductive than sex.
As I read some poetry to you from the song Get Back.
Oh. Wrong choice.
Oh, yeah. They call me Gorgeous Blaze when I step in the ring, but I don't play games when I step in the ring. Once that bell go ding, watch the hell I bring. You're about to get worse whipping the world has ever seen. With no sweat, cause y'all dudes is sweet things. Also known in the ring as weaklings. Who gonna stop this team, blazing Randy Mitch? We known below blows, elbows, and cheap shots. So, ooh yeah.
I was gonna try and take a drink before you started. See how long I'd last. I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, I learned that gimmick a lot sooner with He Who Shall Not Be Named. Like it just wasn't gonna happen. Also, you've got to appreciate the bollocks on a man to rhyme the word ring with the word ring.
Mate, that takes a lot.
That's bravery.
I don't know how we managed that.
Don't forget the third line of the rhyme. The third line of the rhyme was bring.
Yeah.
And bring, yeah.
There's a pattern. But ring.
You can see where Lenny gets it from.
Oh, mate. Like, these modern day rappers don't know shit.
They've got nothing on the poffos.
Absolutely nothing. Oh,
5 minutes or nothing.
That did. Where's Martin Holland? Where is Martin Holland?
I heard he was off. I heard actually, weirdly you mentioned this. I heard he actually ran into Hawk. He ran into British Bulldog. He ran into the Nasty Boys in London in '92. He somehow he found the almanac and went back, and he's never been heard from since.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's interesting to mention him going back to '92. So I heard he went back to '92 to find Rocco.
Yeah.
But it turns out the story of the boy is actually a true story, but it's about Rocco. And that puppy got martyred into some serious questionable gimmicks. Come to the future, turns out he didn't make it this far, so he's just lost in time right now.
Slipping through the void.
It's terrible.
And as simple as all of that might sound, is I heard that he did go back to 1992. He tried to climb the Twin Towers of Wembley, and up there to meet him was none other than the Ultimate Warrior, who just gorilla press slammed him straight off to his death. He went through the concrete all the way to hell, just like in the comic.
To be fair, I feel like that's how Martin would have wanted to go. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like the jobber he is, man. So just pour one out for
jobber number two.
Cheers, Martin.
I'm gonna get that tattoo soon.
Jobber number two.
I am gonna get that.
Brilliant. Well, look, WrestleMania 7. WrestleMania 7, these pairs stole the show. And the match was quite hot here too, to be fair. Flair and Perfect do obviously eventually turn up. They make their way to the ring. The Warrior's in control at this point before missing the big splash. Flair gets involved first. He hits Warrior with the brass knucks. Obviously, Warrior kicks out the fucking elbow and makes his Warrior comeback. Then he just all falls apart, really, and they're working towards the finish, which ends up being a count-out victory for the Ultimate Warrior on Savage. Savage gets up onto the top, knowing that the Warrior's been fucked over by Flair or Perfect. He decides to jump out the ring for Flair, and Flair catches him the back of the leg with a fucking steel chair. And therefore, he got counted out. It all as a bit of a fight, and basically, Warrior and Savage pose for the crowd. Job done. 28 minutes this one went. Savage made Warrior work for 28 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. It wasn't as good as WrestleMania 7, in my opinion, because of all the shenanigans. But I did go 3 stars.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think we can talk too much about this match without first of all mentioning that this is most possibly the most colourful match in history.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was some bright gimmicks. I have an LED TV which has lights that go around and adjust to the video. I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
It was distracting because every time they moved, just flashes of yellow, pink, and red just darting across my living room was just weird.
Photosensitive warnings.
Mate, it's a good job I ain't epileptic because that shit. I mean, it's a good way to find out my kids ain't.
Yeah.
Because that shit went fucking mental. But that aside, I enjoyed this to a degree. I thought I thought this was quite good, and even with the bullshit shenanigans and everything, Flair and perfect, it was part of the story. It was where it needed to go. It was good, and like you've pointed out, Macho Man and Warrior Mania, Macho Man knew how to work Warrior and how to get a match from Warrior because he knew that Warrior wasn't going to do shit and he's going to do everything, and he did it really well and made Warrior look fucking phenomenal. Always did. I gave this 2.5.
I've just got a quick question, lads. How do you spell the word respect?
RESPECT.
The
Okay,
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Savage. Right. Okay, so if you to a title match with Savage in his face saying this is about respect, you will quote, this is me,
Good old
him
Jim.
saying, this is how you spell the word respect. RSEPCT.
Yeah.
It's written on your
Or-
gear, dude. It's
or-
fucking written on your fucking naked shaved Gonzalez gimmick gear.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I mean, he's not
It's-
wrong, depending
this
how you
was the
say it.
prequel.
Respect.
Prequel to Gonzalez, this was.
It looked like if Gonzalez was in the Attack on Titan.
Nice.
Like, and he just spray painted. But I tell you what, you could definitely tell this was Macho Man's fingerprint all over the booking of this match.
Without a doubt.
Like, he made, for lack of a better term, he made Warrior look clever in the ring. Like, he was very giving
Mm-hmm.
in that respect. I like the storyline going ahead. Probably took a little bit from the match, but I like the whole, well, they're going to fuck them both over.
Yeah.
To keep everyone guessing. I found 3 stars. I actually really enjoyed this match. Nice to see Warrior do some work.
It was nice to see Warrior to do some work. That is absolutely correct. And Dave went as far as 4 stars with this one. Outline Blings with Perfect and Flair. Is there anything from this one?
Right. Now, this bit that I'm about to say comes with a trigger warning,
Oh,
and mainly for Rob, to be honest. But I'm gonna say it anyway. So for this promo, I put down Screaming Flair, fuck's sake, Screaming Flair. And I'm gonna add to that with Flair is the most overrated person on the mic. He's not a good promo. He's not a great promo, and he definitely does not deserve all the credit he gets for his promos.
Mm.
So, continue. As you were.
Ooh, right then, you motherfucker. Right then, you motherfucker. You wanna say some fucking Flair up in here, do you? You wanna say that man spoke with passion. He spoke with conviction, and he let you know exactly what was going on in the story at the time, and he was taking you to the next part of the story, and with a tear in his eye, baby, he let you know that he was the fucking man.
See,
Right.
all I heard there
that was a really good Jay.
Proven.
That was a really good Jay Lethal promo. I'm just gonna say that was a really good Jay Lethal promo.
Did my point get across though?
What, that you can do a Jay Lethal impression? Absolutely.
I was going to say, I think you've
What a rip.
reassured
What a
me
rip.
that Jay Lethal was a good promo,
What a rip. Okay, what a rip.
but
The
Flair's not
student
even
has
a top.
become the master.
But Flair's not a top 5 promo. He's not.
Okay.
He's in the ring. I'm not taking nothing away from Flair.
Okay.
But
Maybe there's something
Okay.
we talk about on an episode coming up very soon.
No. He's
Oh,
he's had his opinion, right? He's had his opinion. That's absolutely fine. We all know Bret's not a top 5 promo, don't we? We all know that.
Fact.
We all know that. But we know he's the best there was and the best there ever will be when it comes to in-ring work. And some people are going to say that about Ric Flair too. They're going to say that Ric Flair's the GOAT, and clearly Craig thinks he can't cut a promo because he shouts a lot. And he does absolutely shout a lot when he's being extremely passionate. There was times that he did talk, such as earlier on in the card, but he didn't really make. I didn't invest into the promo earlier, whereas this promo, I was invested because he was shouting at me, telling me that he was pissed off and that he was going to fucking figure 4 some motherfucker next week on Wrestling Challenge or some shit. I don't know what he said.
See, this is where like I can see with the investment. Are you saying we differ with this? Because I think that he put more into the previous one by doing less, because it came across with that like he had more conviction, whereas this seemed more forced.
Yeah,
like he's like, oh, this is what I should be doing. This is how I should look.
Yeah,
come across. You know, I mean, that's where my problem lies with Flair. I think that the words that he says, for the most part, make sense, and like you said, he gets to the story from A to B like it should. But it's those little Flair moments that just lose me.
Okay. And Dan, are you going to rein in on this debate?
Don't sit on the fence, Daniel.
I was like, who do you think I am, Martin Holland? I think we're in examples of Flair. I think you have to take in consideration the promo he's doing. If you want that sort of really passionate ones, like he has that in him. If you want to be quite sincere, he can do that. I think his promos in later WCW, I'd probably say 97 were better. I think he had some really solid promos then, and I think that's the ones that people go on about, or the NWA ones from way in the 80s. I don't think his WWF promos were that good, with the exception of maybe his win at the Royal Rumble. I think that was the best promo he did in WWF.
Yeah, and to be fair, when you go back to the NWA days when he was behind the podium with Tony Schiavone, you know, most of them weren't shouting, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Most of them were basically...
He would raise his voice, but he's not screaming.
When he was talking about Dusty Rhodes pissing him off or something. But for the most part, when he was just bragging about wearing Rolexes and riding limousines and all of that gimmick, he wasn't really shouting about it. He was just being an arrogant little fuck, wasn't
he? 100%.
Because he was doing it, though.
Yeah, his NWA days.
If you are doing it.
Yeah, like the 80s days for Flair with his promos, you could get drawn into. Even like you just said, like even when he was shouting, it was him. It felt real. Whereas now, like you've just mentioned, Don, it doesn't seem like Flair.
Yeah.
So like, and then he has that little stint when he has a way. He goes back to WCW and then he starts coming back into himself.
Yeah.
But
I think his second time round in
line is 5 stars for Flair. And Vince tells us 80,355 are on hand as we go into match 7, which is Kamala, who has Harvey Whippleman basically being the precursor to Paul Heyman, and Kim Shee as his managers, taking on The Undertaker with Paul Bearer. Danny Davis is once again the referee. I just want to give a quick appreciation shout out to Harvey Whippleman, by the way. Again, if you watch Young Rock, Geezer, like, he's key to some of the Rock's, like, growing up in Memphis. And, he obviously struggled a lot in wrestling because of his size and so on and so forth. I think he had a really good, decent run as this type of manager, and I think this ring announcement for Kamala was fucking class. To be fair, I think he smashed it.
I think that's a great comparison with Paul Heyman. To be honest, he was quality. Whipperman wasn't afraid to take a fucking kick in either.
No, he wasn't.
Like you got people at the time like Slick, for instance, wherever.
Yeah,
he'd take a beating, but not like fucking Harvey would. Like he'd go all out, and you hear the stories about him as well behind the scenes. Like, not to ruin everybody's I hate Harvey Whippleman, but he was an amazing bloke.
Yeah.
And he looked after and helped so many people for years. Like he was an absolute G, man. Fucking love this guy.
I'm gonna say, is this I might have got this story confused. Is this the guy who looked after Andre back in the day when he'd be like slamming 200 points down at the pub?
That was
Timmy White. Timmy White used to look after him. Yeah.
Right, okay. Shout out to Tim White though. Just show some love to Tim White as well.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, like I know John Gonzalez through his career, like when he went through WCW, like, he did look after him. And in fairness, right, we all shit on John Gonzalez, but Harvey just seemed like a good dude from all the stories you hear. So,
but if you think about it as well, without Harvey Whippleman, that big bastard wouldn't have got over.
No.
Oh, 100%.
So, you know, he knew he definitely knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they put him with Sid in '92. Like, do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, he was managing Sid because obviously Sid's promo game was fucking shit. He's got half the brain of something or another.
Rob, do you want to start that again?
No, because
We're
I want to
live, pal. We're live.
I want to botch it just as Sid botched it.
You want to botch it correctly? I love it.
Nah. What an entrance from the Undertaker. That hearse looked like it was off the getaway, though. To be fair.
Fucking hell.
This was dead good, man. Like this was still the build up of the Undertaker as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really, like
he'd only just turned face.
Yeah, this was the build of the unstoppable dead man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd finally lost a match, but he was getting to that point of fucking, hey, check me out. It's like this was dead good. I love this entrance. Fucking Undertaker's always had a banging entrance, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's all about atmosphere with him, though.
The
atmosphere.
Oh, good. Sorry, Donna. I didn't mean to cut you off, mate.
Sorry.
Talk to us about the atmosphere, please.
I was just saying that the atmosphere.
Talk to us about the atmosphere, please.
I was just saying these entrances are all about atmosphere, though, and you feel that atmosphere every time. It doesn't matter. I think the only time maybe is in American Badass. But even then, there was still that air of respect.
Even then, there was still a good atmosphere, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that guy knew how to fucking bring it wherever the entrance was, wherever the gimmick.
Yeah. No matter what the atmosphere was, no matter where the atmosphere is or what the atmosphere does, the Undertaker brought the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And we all know the atmosphere was never great at all house shows, but even at the atmosphere at house shows, he'd bring it.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was brilliant because you'd hit the rewind on the tape,
yeah.
but you'd have to do that every game. So,
and you'd still have the same atmosphere no matter how many time you rewind.
You have to get all them keys, man. You got to find out what your biggest fear is.
Careful of some of the keys, though, especially if there's a bit of white powder substance on the end of it. Okay.
Good wrestlers caught with that.
Kids,
that took a weird segue, didn't it?
Kids, be careful of every atmosphere, okay? So pretty much, it's a pretty basic match. Obviously, Taker gets all in the hits, but there's a DQ finish for Taker at the end. He's probably got a key waiting for him for that hearse as well. There's loads of post-match gimmicks.
It's
3 minutes.
Craig,
this has lost me. I've fucking gone.
3 minutes, 27 seconds. I did manage to find one star, and it was all pretty much for the Undertaker. To be fair, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
and Harvey Whippleman, I suppose.
This was one of the. It was all Taker and Whipple. To be fair, let's throw out to the fucking Ugandan giant himself.
Oh, he's all right, isn't
he? He was a bit of all right. Like,
yeah. How's your legs?
He's I mean, he can't run around anymore. But not everyone can the legs? But this is all right. This was. I'll give this 1 star.
I think if Rob hadn't hit mute, we'd have heard a fucking hell.
Not his dead mom again.
Sorry.
I dropped my can.
At least I ain't got to worry about stepping on any bees anytime soon.
What did you? I just don't want to piss the ghost off anymore, to be honest. What did you? I ain't gonna lie. What did you rate it? I was too busy laughing.
Oh, meow. 1 star from me.
Okay. What a fucking rip.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
fucking hell.
That was good. Fucking
hello.
Oh,
the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Macho Man, Randy Savage. I think that's what he was doing. Don Buddy broke up against her.
Yeah, I would say there was technical difficulties.
What an episode this has been.
This fucking t-shirt's cursed, I swear. I'm changing this shit straight away. I found 1 star. I love Kamala selling at the end. Like, oh, I fucked up. Like, the was decent, but this was like Taker's Monster of the Week thing for a couple of years, which not his best run, but at least we get to laugh about stupid shit like having a walk.
Even we do take a piece of it. I mean, Kamala, to be fair, he had good facials, didn't he?
Oh, well, yeah. 100%.
He knew how to sell that shit. So, and shout out to the King for doing his fucking
Yeah.
Stars and shit.
Star. Why is
You know.
was it Nemesis with tits?
When
Stars.
you're used to taking facials from elephants, you're going to have pretty good facials. That's just the natural way that the world works.
Yeah.
Well, you would know.
I would
Facials
know.
and elephants.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, my rib. So
Oh, take that knife out, would you?
no, hold on. That's in me back after the flare comment. Oh, 1 star from fucking Big Bad Dave, the cunt. Sean fucking Mooney's with the British Bulldog. He's coked off his tits, cutting a promo.
I feel me. I'm after this.
Mate,
last bit.
I don't think we should drink water anymore on this show.
Yeah, we
I
need to
haven't got-
settle down.
I ain't got my keys anywhere near me, so fuck yeah.
Look, we've all got white vices. Apparently, H2O is a real problem for us three.
It really is. I think there's that much alcohol in our blood that our bodies take water
This
like
is
most
because
people
we'll
take alcohol.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. But the Bulldog promo, so it was dead
true.
good, this was. I don't know what he said. And I honestly don't even know if he even knew where the fuck he was.
He didn't
Until-
say bizarre.
Mate, he was so out of his fucking face.
Yeah.
Until like they turned the promo towards him and went, "You're in Wembley? You're in your home country. Like, how's that feel?" He went, "Oh yeah, I am." Fuck me.
Can't wait to
Fucking
win
hell.
that intercontinental title belt, and then looked at the announcer for approval that was what it was.
That's about right.
That's the belt.
Yeah.
I am.
This is how I feel like
shaking.
Riddle promos in modern day WWE are, but he's playing up the fact he's probably high where
I
he's
loved
living it.
the Riddle promo where
Oh.
he just walked off from. Did I say that out loud? When he when he walked away from Asuka, going, "I'm sorry, I forgot my lines."
I meant to make
And
a better
just-
as well. It was Oscar. The way she just burst out laughing. She laughed.
Yeah.
Shit.
And they just scooted off, living the dream. Love it. Yeah,
Oh, and
Hotline
Vince loved him
Bling.
as well,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Hotline Bling is with Salty Brett.
I'm gonna say I loved it. Sorry.
Don's had way too much water.
Is it
I'm gonna say
okay?
that. No,
I
it's
don't
too
know.
much water, man. I need to go to WA. Water Drinkers Anonymous.
See you there on
So-
Monday.
Monday.
So Bret Hart promos then.
Yeah.
So Bret Hart was the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, and a pile of wank at promos.
Yeah.
I like this promo.
This promo, I thought he did all right.
Do you know what? In 1992, and I'm just going off pay-per-views, right? So I'm talking WrestleMania 8, I'm talking SummerSlam, because they're the two that have happened. I don't think he did a Royal Rumble promo, but those two, he did a promo for. The promo with Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8, where they're both, in each other's fucking faces, going, "Hey, little shit, you're going to step up to me? Oh, you're going to have to do better than that, laddie."
Is this the Irish version of Roddy?
This is when he's got some bubble gum in his mouth. He's commonly known when he hasn't run out of bubble gum, he's Irish.
Puts
And
on
then
a
when
pair
he's-
of sunglasses, goes into a bank, starts talking about chewing ass and kicking gum.
There
To be
you go.
fair,
And
that
he's all out of
said he more like Rowdy
Dick,
Roddy
dick.
Guinness. Like,
that.
I fucking love your Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Tater.
It's up there with Jack Daniels. I
love
love
that.
it. I love it.
Jack Danny Jack. So anyway,
Fucking hell. There's a segue. On to Piper.
Piper ribbed us and that crowd trying to play that bagpipe. What a rib. What a rib. Literally, insert some music. Because, fuck me, what a rib.
Mate, I
Oh.
thought Piper could actually play the bagpipes.
Well, yeah, so did I, but they clearly didn't trust him
From-
here.
Yeah, I was from like the old clips, like when he played the Cucaracha in Mexico.
Yeah,
I was telling Marie about that story earlier. Like, that was fucking amazing. That was him on the bagpipes doing
Yeah.
it.
of course it was.
So I was like, did they just go, Piper, look, we don't think you can play? And he went, no, I can. I went, Nah, because these can really play.
Yeah.
So maybe we just pretend.
So he was with the Balmoral Highlanders, and then Sean Mooney was with Diana Smith.
He was indeed
She's
another great promo.
Yeah.
I am Robot Heart. I am wife.
We'll still be
sister.
friends after.
Yeah.
What
I
is
don't care
emotion?
who win.
What is
I
emotion?
love my husband. I
Shawn
love
Michaels
my brother.
is a cunt.
Mate, and the best part was you could hear fucking Sexy Fink in the background about to answer, and Mooney just fucking cut her off, went, all right, shut the fuck up, over to the match.
I
Brilliant.
gave the musical segment 2.5 stars, as apparently
Nice.
now I'm going to start giving.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
again, last couple of shows we've had musical segments, so
Yeah.
they should be treated as a segment. I gave Mooney 5 stars for interrupting.
Brilliant.
Straight off, Mooney deserves
Love
5.
You then apparently had a dark match between Tatanka and the Berserker, who was with Mr. Fuji. Tatanka obviously won that after 5 minutes 46 seconds. Again, what the fuck's happened there?
You know what? You've said that. I actually remember seeing that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that match.
Well, there you go.
I was only a kid then.
The more you know.
Yeah,
the following contest is
story.
scheduled for one fall. It's for the WWF Intercontinental Championship, and it's the main event as the challenger, the British Bulldog, takes on the champion, Bret Hitman Hart. Joey Morella's the referee, man. First of all, Lennox Lewis, what the fuck was he playing at?
Well, he ain't won a world title yet, so he was having a bit of a giggle. He'd done everything up to that point.
Awful.
Yeah, he just went, you know what? I remember Muhammad Ali did this once, didn't he? Harking at this.
Yeah.
Get on that good side of it.
Bret the Hitman Hart was the fucking man walking out that curtain that night.
Fucking too right.
That solidified him as a bona fide main event star.
Yeah.
Walking out that curtain that night at Wembley, just going, I'm the fucking man.
Yeah.
And obviously, we all know the story. He had to carry the fuck out the Bulldog for obvious reasons. But I'm going to stick with this statement and I'm going to stick with this rating. This is still one of the greatest Intercontinental Championship matches of all time. Watch it if you haven't ever seen it before. What have you been playing at with your life? 25 minutes, 40 seconds of pure It's just magic. Let's just go with that. It's just magic. 5 stars.
Oh, yeah!
Job done. 5
5
stars.
stars. Come on,
Uncut on the key.
yeah, this, by the way, is the reason why Warren suggested this. This is the first wrestling match he remembers. This is his like moment.
Brilliant.
So this is why we got this pay-per-view. This was fucking amazing. We all know I'm a Bret guy. Obviously, I'm also old as fuck as well, according to you lot. So I was 9 years old at this point watching this. And I was so torn because this was a British Bulldog, but he was fighting Bret Hart. And also, Bulldog was from Leeds today.
Yeah.
He's back from Leeds again. Yeah. So he's back from Leeds because we're in England. English people know Leeds, so we don't have to say Manchester. Yeah, we don't have to say Manchester now because we're in England. People know Leeds over here.
Brilliant.
So it's okay. But all I'm going to say, everything you said, this match was amazing. The sharpshooter on the floor.
Brilliant.
To lift up into it. Oh, it was amazing. Sunset flip out of nowhere for the pin as well. Like, just loved it. 5 stars.
Oh, yeah!
I'm going to get shit for this. No, I'm not. I actually fucking love this match. I've never watched this match in full.
Oh, wow.
I don't ever see the clip when he goes to the sunset and just follow through. I was like, oh, shit, this is it. I had that like weird little kid moment. I was like, fuck, you got me. If I can remember that, it was fucking awesome. And again, like you said, this basically is I'm a fucking main eventer. I will carry fucked people through hell.
Yeah.
To give him that match. Like, I love the fact that Bret purposely went heel on this as well. Not fully, but he went enough that he got the crowd really against him. Yeah. And in fairness, that crowd was going to be against him. He went, all right then, I'll give you a reason.
And he was always good at doing that.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 13, you can see that moment.
Yeah, but he knows when to do it at this point. And I think that's the thing. He knows when to do it in the right time. Bulldog saying he was fucked up. Honestly, just kept going. I was shocked by that. I was like, how the fuck? But no, I really fucking enjoyed this. I'm gonna give 4.5 stars. Like, it was just, I think Diana Hart fucked me off that much. I docked the match. Nah, I just think, oh, this is my last episode, people. So thank you for.
It's not just his last episode, people. He will not be appearing in the world
I was
anymore.
saying, me and Martin are going to do a podcast from beyond the grave.
I just need to
Hot
understand
weed.
why it's not 5 stars.
I think the fact is, though,
What a cunt.
certain parts of this match, something just didn't hit right for me, and it's hard to explain why. Also, I'm just doing this to piss you off, and it's work.
Well,
I was going to say 3 stars originally. I thought, nah, it's a bit too fucking cruel.
this episode has been a complete rib on Rob Campbell. That's what this episode has been.
Me and Don got together earlier and went, let's fuck him.
Fucking fantastic. So it was a good event, good solid 1992 pay-per-view. I was happy to watch it. Probably wouldn't watch it again for a long time now. But we've come out at a decent rating, all around pretty much the same rating as well. So we've landed at 1.85 stars for this entire event, which is good. Just shy of 2 stars. So over 1 3/4 stars. We've done well there. Good,
Deserves
good,
that. I'm happy
good
with that.
event.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
me
it's nice.
too.
Just, we've seen both sides of the coin, though, haven't we?
Yeah, from the family
Yeah.
quest.
You've had your zeros.
Yeah.
You've had like your fucking
Standard.
classics.
Yeah.
And you've had a good mix in between.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say like this is a good point for WWF, but revisionist history for you.
Yeah, this is probably a standout show because of a couple of matches in this era.
Yeah.
You know, WrestleMania 8 was, you know, I've spoke about it before. It was my first experience of wrestling. So WrestleMania 8 will always be special to me. I think WrestleMania 8, even as watching it as an adult, I'm quite happy with the event. It dips in the middle a little bit. It starts really strong and it ends strong. There's a couple of like matches that dip as they're going to on all shows, really, especially when they've got in excess of 10 matches. You know, you're going to have shenanigans and gimmicks in between and not hit every note. And then you're going to have Piper versus Bret for the IC title, and you're going to have Jake versus Taker, and Sean's going to make an impact versus Tito Santana. And then you're going to have Owen Hart, coming in as a rocker at some point. You're going to have fucking Hogan and Sid, and you're going to have Savage and Flair for the title. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty decent card for me.
That's a good time to be alive.
There you go. And then obviously Hogan left and things had to change and it took a dip, and that dip continues into the the early 90s, start of the late 90s really, and realistically we only start to see a change from 97 really, as we've talked about previously, mainly to do with competition and everything else that was going wrong at the time. But yeah, 92 did become a difficult year.
That was a good rundown for 92, to be fair. That was well done.
Thank you.
That wasn't even taking the piss. That was genuine. That was genuine.
That was Rayman. That was Rayman right there.
That was a genuine well done. I enjoyed that.
Oh, I appreciate that, guys.
That was one of the moments where I sat back and just listened to you for a change.
No. Oh.
Rather than ripping on all things you love.
Well, next up.
Next
up, we're back to 1998 with Slamboree in the WCW, where we will see 2 of our favourite wrestlers, as I think you've probably gathered now. Bret the Hitman Hart versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. And we'll also be covering the WWE's Clash at the Castle that takes place on September 3rd in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, Wales. Simple as that. So, yeah, we'll be covering those soon. Also, did anybody catch the Cheerio, everybody, by Lord Alfred Hayes at the end of the event? What the fuck was that all about?
That was going to be my outro line. I was going to use that.
Oh,
I was
man.
actually going to use that as the outro
Oh,
line.
no.
So,
My
Fucking
bad.
ruined it. Oh, I
Well,
don't know.
fuck Lord Alfred Hayes.
How dare you?
How dare you, David
you
Attenborough?
savage. You
The
savage.
Macho Man, Randy Savage. And his Dior perfume.
Thank you again to Warren for suggesting that we cover this pay-per-view. Anyone else that wants to suggest anything, hit us up on the old PO box or the mailbox, all of the gimmicks, social media, wherever you want to get in touch with us, just do it, ain't it, Craig?
Yeah, send it all out there. Carry a pigeon. He's dead. So make sure you use an email.
Yeah.
We'll send
Facebook,
another one.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Comment, like, share, all the
Pornhub.
fucking gimmicks. And hopefully by the time this drops, TikTok, because my kids tell me this is a thing we have to do.
Thing we have to do. I'm Rob Campbell.
I've been your bastard, Craig Challoner.
Bring back MySpace. I'm Daniel Cornfield.
Cheerio, everybody.